Welcome to UPL Cast. Appreciating life.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers all over the world, wherever you are watching from. Exactly a month ago, we did episode 5, where we zeroed in on the effects of naps. When we talk about effects, it can be either positive or negative. So today we are embarking on talking about the other side of that coin. And the topic for today is going to be the effects of sleep deprivation. We looked at naps and we say that yes, naps are good if they are called power naps, and that is if you do it below 30 minutes. If you do more than 30 minutes, we have seen the effect of it. But if you're tired and you have some sleep problems and you don't sleep well at night, of course you can do a power nap, but let it not be more than 30 minutes, because the moment you do it, you are uh, asking melatonin to put you to sleep during the day, which will have an effect of how well you will sleep the following night. So today, we're going to look at the effects of sleep deprivation. So what does it mean when somebody says that they are sleep deprived? So we're going to look at that, and um, we're going to define what that means. We're going to see what are the effects, what happens if you don't sleep well for a long time. So just an FYI, which is for your information, sleep deprivation refers to a condition where an individual does not get enough sleep, leading to various consequences of their physical and mental health. So we're going to look at the physical effects of sleep deprivation. We're going to look at the mental effects of sleep deprivation. We're also going to look at the psychological effects of sleep deprived. So as we have seen before when we started this episode, when we were talking about the science of sleep, we have seen over the months that sleep is essential for our overall well-being and optimal functioning. So if you don't sleep well, there is no hiding about it. It is going to affect how well you live your life. Sleep also allows our body and mind to rest, recover, and rejuvenate. So that is why when we looked at the stages of sleep, we looked at stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and REM, we saw that 90 minutes during those stages is the best stage of sleep that helps you to rejuvenate, helps you to recover, helps you to cement all the things that you did during the day. Now, let me give you a little bit of statistics globally. And this is going to shock most of us because globally, approximately 1 in 3 adults experience some form of sleep deprivation. And this is from World Sleep Society. If you want to go look at it, you can Google the World Sleep Society and you will see these statistics from there. In the United States, around 35% of adults report not getting a recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And that you can find it also at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Now, sleep deprivation affects people of all ages, with studies showing that 50 to 70 million adults worldwide have a sleep disorder. So if you want to check that out, you can go to the World Health Organization website and you can Google that, and then you're going to see that statistics there. So insufficient sleep is a public health concern, with the World Sleep Society declaring the last Friday of every March as a World Sleep Day to raise awareness about sleep-related issues. So, no doubt about it, the COVID-19 did not even help it. It has had a significant impact on the sleep patterns, with increased rate of sleep disturbances and insomnia reported globally. And that you can also find it as the Sleep Foundation. So sleep deprivation is associated with an increased list of accidents and injuries, including drowsy driving instances. And that you can also find it at the American Academy of Sleep Medicine. Sleep deprivation has been linked to various health conditions, including obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, mental health disorders, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on and goes on. Let me show you a picture of how that is shown in a picture form. I'm going to show you that picture here, and it is right there. So you can see the effects. These are some of the effects of sleep deprivation. You can see it is all attached to our cognitive, it is physical, it is emotional, it is immune related, and we are going to see this one by one as we move on to our topic. Now, when we talk about the effects of sleep deprivation, what we are talking about is we will look at the physical effects, we will look at the emotional, psychological, and go on and go on. So the first effect we are looking at is the physical. What are the physical effects of sleep deprivation? The first thing that can come to my mind right now is fatigue and the lack of energy. So sleep deprivation can leave you feeling constantly tired, sluggish, and lacking in energy throughout the day. The second thing physically that sleep deprivation can give you is impaired cognitive function. So lack of sleep can affect your ability to think clearly, concentrate, and make decisions. It can also impact memory retention and learning. There is also an effect of weakened immune system. So sleep, as we've seen before, sleep plays a vital role in supporting healthy immune system. So sleep deprivation can make you more susceptible to infections and illness, as well as it can also prolong the recovery time if you are sick. There is also a risk of gaining weight. So sleep deprivation can disrupt the balance of hormones that regulates appetite, leading to an increased craving of high-calorie foods. It can also affect our metabolism. We talked about catabolism and metabolism, making it so hard to maintain a healthy weight. The other thing that sleep deprivation has been linked to is elevated blood pressure. So chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to an increased risk of hypertension, which is also known as high blood pressure, which can contribute to cardiovascular problems over time. There is also an impaired coordination and balance. So lack of sleep can affect your motor, how your balance is, skills and coordination, making tasks that require physical dexterity and more challenging and increasing the risk of accidents. So falls can come from there. You stand up, you want to walk, but you are very tired all the time. There is also the physical skin problem. So sleep deprivation can contribute to the development of skin issues such as dark circles, puffy eyes, and dull complexion. It can also impair the skin's ability to repair itself, leading to premature aging. So it is important to prioritize regular quality sleep to allow your body to rest, recover, and function optimally. If if you are consistently experiencing this problem of sleep deprivation, it's also advisable to consult with your health professional for guidance and support. The second effect that we are going to look at is cognitive effect of sleep deprivation. There is number one is emotional instability. So lack of sleep can lead to increased irritability, mood swings, and emotional instability. Sleep deprivation can make it harder to regulate emotions and cope with stress, potentially leading to heightened anxiety or depression symptoms. There is also a tendency of having poor judgment and risk assessment. So individuals may exhibit impaired judgment and have difficulty evaluating risks accurately. And that is because of lack of sleep. This can result into poor decision making and an increased likelihood of engaging in risk behaviors. There is a decrease overall of cognitive performance. If you have chronic sleep deprivation, this can have a cumulative effect on cognitive performance, leading to a decline in overall cognitive abilities over time. This can impact various cognitive domains, including attention, memory, execution functions, and problem-solving skills. So it is important to prioritize sleep, as I said before, so that this can be optimally to increase the overall mental well-being. If we are, as I said before, if you are struggling with this, it's good to go and see a specialist on it. The other thing that we're going to look at is the emotional and psychological effect. So there is, as I said, as I've said that before, but as I said, it is the increased of irritability, as I said, but it is there is also cognitive distortion. Sleep deprivation can influence a cognitive process and lead to distorted thinking patterns. Negative thoughts may be magnified, and individuals may have difficulty seeing situations objectively, leading to increased pessimism and a negative self-perception. There is also a tendency of having reduced emotional empathy. What is empathy? Empathy, having that tendency of wearing somebody else's shoes. So lack of sleep can affect an individual's ability to empathize with others and accurately interpret emotional cues. This can impact interpersonal relationship and communication, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. So these are some of the things that sleep deprivation can do to you, can have so effect. There is also decreased alertness and attention, slow reaction time, impaired decision making, increased risk of micro sleep episodes. This actually is the extreme sleep deprivation can trigger brief episode of involuntary sleep called micro sleep. These episodes can last for a few seconds and occur without warning, causing drivers to lose control of their vehicle and potentially leading to accidents. So you can see overall that because of lack of sleep in America, we have seen lack of sleep linked to most accidents. There is also impaired visual perception, increased drowsiness, poor coordination, and motor skills, as I said before. Now, overall, I can say that sleep has a lot of effects, and because sleep is part of who we are, because sleep is who is something that makes us who we are. We need to protect sleep. Sleep is very important, and as we move on, we are going to see what we are going to do so that we can change. The only good news about sleep is we are able to change our circadian rhythm if we change our ways. And as I've said before, medication is not the answer for lack of sleep or whatever. It is a natural thing that we can do. And we are going to see about the 50 commandments of better sleep. And that is our episode 7. Episode 7 will talk about now knowing what you know now, as Maya Angelou said. What are we going to do correctively, globally, so that we can be able to change our biological clock, so that we can be able to change our sleep patterns? So, as I said, the sleep deprivation has a lot of effects: irritability, cognitive impairment, memory lapses, impaired moral judgment, severe yawning, hallucination, symptom of ADHD, impaired immune system, risk of type 2 diabetes, increased heart rate variability, risk of heart disease, decreased reactions, tremors, aches, growth suppression, risk of obesity, and decreased temperature, and the list will go on and go on and go on. I can say lack of sleep is the mother of most disease problems that we see among us humans. So for now, our time is up. I will welcome you to join us in the next episode, which will be the 50 commandments of better sleep. For now, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, UPL Cast, so you can be updated of what's happening. And until then, we thank you so much, and we'll see you in our next episode. Hello and welcome, viewers. We are thrilled that you have tuned in the UPL Cast, where we explore all things related how we sleep, how we wake. We believe that getting a good night's sleep